Good morning, everyone. Welcome to City Hall, February 5th, 2019, 10 a.m. for Pasadena Council meeting. The person who's doing an invocation is running late, so Rex, would you mind leading us in prayer? And then Cody Ray Willer will be leading us in the pledges.
Father God, we come before you today in a spirit of thanksgiving, thanking you for all the wonderful things in our life, Father. We thank you for your word. We thank you for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We thank you for our health. We thank you for our families. Today, Father, we ask you to be with us as we conduct city business in a way that has never been conducted before. A professional manner, we want it to be done to edify you, want it to be done to glorify you. We've got a lot of wonderful things happening in our city. We've got a great council. We've got a wonderful mayor. God, we ask that you just be with them as they make the decisions as we move forward. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Councilman, go ahead.
All right, thanks so much, Max. We got some school kids out here today. I want to thank y'all for coming out. I want to say that we've had school kids in the past come here, and I always appreciate it. And it's really a great civics lesson to come to a government meeting, your local government especially. And I want to say sometimes you'll see debate, you'll see disagreement, you'll see points and counterpoints, and that's part of the process. And it's because we care. We care about your future. We care about the future of your parents' investments. Your parents buy homes here. They spend a lot of money. Oftentimes a home is a larger investment you'll make in your lifetime. So when you see us, going back and forth and really kind of digging down into issues, it's because we really do care about you. This council cares, and everyone in this council cares about you. So I just want to say that. So I know sometimes it can be like, maybe get a little tense for y'all, but that's a democracy, that's open government, and that's the way things are run sometimes. So I want to thank you for coming out. I also want to thank the police department. They did apprehend a suspect that was, I believe, on a string of 5 robberies. Unfortunately, he was let out on bond, reconnaissance bond, and my personal opinion, when someone's out there as a violent offender, taking shots at citizens, they shouldn't be left out, and that's something we got to work on. I know it's kind of out of the city's hands, but I do want to say thank you to the Pasadena Police Department for their hard work in apprehending those people. And with that, I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Katie.
Well, thank everyone for coming out today and being part of city government. I want to say congratulations to all the service award. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Bass.
Thank y'all very much for coming out today. I want to just say Chief Bruger did a fine job representing Pasadena. It's a shame that the gentleman is out on bond. I think justice will be served eventually. And thank y'all very much for coming.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Chamberlain.
I want to welcome everyone here today. Welcome Keller Middle School. I'd like to welcome our Port Commissioner, Clyde Fitzgerald, former Councilwoman, Ms. Pat Van Hout. Welcome to y'all. And all of our visitors are here today. I'd like to reiterate what I said in pre-council. I have the utmost confidence in Chief Bruger, our command staff, the apprehension of the robbers for the CVS and the Walgreens store off of Fairmont, the quick apprehension of those. And yes, I'm very disappointed in the judge that released the 2 suspects with the personal reconnaissance bond. Shameful. These folks brandished weapons and jeopardized our citizens' lives. Not acceptable. Also want to commend our Pasadena Fire Department for what they do. They're constantly out on the road serving our citizens from gas leaks to house fires. And thank them for what they do. And also, too, our volunteer Pasadena Fire Department, they're looking for new recruits. So if you have an interest in fighting fires, it's voluntary. and they can use some help. So please look them up online or contact the chief or contact the city, and we can use your service. And with that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Bill Al.
Thank you all for being here today. I want to thank all of our city employees who do a wonderful job day in and day out, keeping our city functioning, our police department as well, our fire department, and thank everyone here for being here and taking time to be here with us today. It's a very important meeting, so with that, I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Lehman.
Thank everybody for coming out this morning. Keller Middle School, it's always a pleasure to have y'all here. And I would like to thank and congratulate the three city employees on their service awards and thank them for their years of service to the city. And I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. I do too want to congratulate our city employees on their service award. Leslie Dale Jones, 30 years. Craig Parker, 35 years. And Molly Payne, 35 years. That's a total of 100 years of service to the city of Pasadena. Thank you for making this city as great as it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Casellas.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming out this morning. We appreciate you guys being here and being part of city government. I'd like to start off and say I hope everybody enjoyed the Super Bowl. I think it was kind of a somewhat. It was just a defensive battle. If you like defense, I guess you enjoy it. If not, it was just lackluster. But long story short is it's always fun to sit around with family and watch a Super Bowl. So. That I'd also like to congratulate the employees here, 100 years of service. I tell you what, that's amazing, and we thank you for your support and just for being part of the city. It's very hard to find employees that take pride in what they do and are willing to stay somewhere and be loyal to a city or any organization for that matter. So anyway, congratulations, and with that I pass, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Okay, citizens wishing to speak. Got Robert Jeter going first.
Good morning, Council. On January 4th, a suspect allegedly committed 2 robberies of Walgreens stores. On January 16th, the same suspect was arrested for unlawfully carrying a weapon and subsequently released on a PR bond. January 13th, the suspect committed 2 more robberies and was again released on a PR bond by the judge of the 230th District Court. First and foremost, I would like to commend the Pasadena Police for the great work on this case at great risk to the officers. I'd also like to commend Police Chief Josh Berger's statements on the issue and echo the frustration at how the work of the Pasadena Police and the safety of the citizens of Pasadena have been mistreated in this situation. My understanding is that the first Walgreens to be robbed was right in my precinct, where my father and brother are stopping by regularly in the evenings, as well as many other Fresno constituents. That makes this both a professional and personal issue for me when the people I care about are put in harm's way. It is my official position as Republican Party Precinct Chair 662 to stand with the Chief and Police Department. It is my hope that my Democrat counterparts across the city continue to seek to hold this Democrat judge accountable. The safety of the citizens of our city is not and should not be seen as a partisan issue. I am more than happy to work with anyone to ensure this unacceptable conduct does not become a trend in the future. Thank you for the time, Council.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Keller Middle School.
We are hosting our annual community fair this Thursday, February 7th from 5:30 to 7:30. Local community members will be available to share resources and services with their families.
On Friday, February 22nd, we are hosting our second annual Leadership Day. This day will focus on historic leaders and other countries that have leadership roles worldwide. We would like to invite you to attend this event. Remember Ranger Lee Coy.
All the way, hut.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, land Ross.
Lance Foss, 1409 O'Day Road, Pearland, Texas. I'm coming as a citizen, mayor, council. In October 2018, I was the victim, if you will, of a speed trap at 7500 Bay Area Boulevard. The situation goes basically like this as an overview. 1 to 3 officers in the bushes take a laser reading on a vehicle and pop out in the middle of the road to pull vehicles over, like literally fishing. What it does when that officer comes into the middle of the road is it puts his life in danger, puts my life in danger, and puts my property and my entire future in danger if I hit that officer or cause another sort of mishap. This is not a felony, this is an alleged speeding incident, so that's improper. I asked for records related to this from the police department, and their policy is to return something in 10 days. It's been more than 30 days, and I've got nothing. The records department went to the court, and I believe prejudiced the municipal court in asking for records that are police-oriented, and I've gotten nothing. The complaint procedure was very frustrating. It's police officers who, obviously, their job is not to generate a complaint, processing your complaint, and it goes like this. It's a multi-step process that I've run into before. Feign listening, show irritation and impatience, verbalize confusion, and dismiss the complaint as soon as possible. If the officer meets any resistance, they make like they're doing the citizen a favor by listening and responding at all, when it's their job in internal affairs to process complaints. I can be more detailed about all of this and more, but I don't have the time. The other thing, in preparing for the meeting, I noticed a tremendous number of donations, private donations and services in kind. And on the surface, it seems like there may be pressure when asked to donate, and also there appears to be an advertising and other benefit from appearing on these type of lists, which may be prejudicial to decisions and perspectives related to those businesses that are here and those that are not. I thank you.
Thank you, sir. Christina Womack.
Mayor and City Council members, your Pasadena Chamber wants to update you on a few things going on. First we want to make sure that everybody knows that the purpose of the Chamber really is to advocate and connect our community through providing services and education for our members. And so under the leadership of Ken Phelps, our 2019 Chairman of the Board, our Board of Directors has been working diligently to try to ensure that we are offering programs and events and new opportunities that will benefit our members in the community alike. And so we've made some changes to some of our programs and our event and program of work for 2019. So I invite everybody to, if you don't follow us on social media, to follow us on social media, and be sure to check your email for some announcements next week about new events and new opportunities. Some opportunities that are happening this week include our Membership 101. Historically, we've held that in the morning, and we understand not everybody can get there at 8:30 in the morning. And so this Thursday at 3:30, if you'd like to attend a Membership 101 and have never been able to before, we invite you to come to the Pasadena Chamber. We also this afternoon have our Government Affairs Committee meeting. So the purpose of this committee is really to advocate on the behalf of our chamber members at the local, state, and federal level. And today's topic of presentation will be learning how to track a bill in the Texas State Legislature. And so if anybody is interested in coming to learn how to do that, we are in session. And so the chamber invites you to engage in policy and to bring those issues, if you're a chamber member, to us so that we can assist you. And then next week is our annual State of the City address, where we will hear from Mayor Wagner and on how progress is in motion in Pasadena. And there's a lot of things to be proud of and projects that are occurring. It's a special day, but we love Pasadena, so we hope you'll spend Valentine's Day with us next week, and thank the city council members as well for joining us in that. So be on the lookout. There's lots of new things coming this year, and just know that the chamber is here to connect our community, and if there's anything that we can do, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate all you do. David Bright.
Good morning. I'd like to talk to us about waste management. I was driving by, I've seen several businesses that do not have dumpster, they have garbage cans, so I called the city and asked about how I get garbage can 2 week of pickup, 2 days a week. I don't need a dumpster. 2 days a week, I can get by on that. And then I found out when I called down to the city to ask that question, I was told, or actually I called a couple of council members, I was actually told my council members are not allowed to talk to the department heads. Anytime I call down here to the departments and try to find out anything, nobody will tell me anything, especially on termination, suspension of employees. And then I find out some of the people that are suspending these employees or terminating them, they ought to be gone too. I mean, where's the fairness in this? Then you got the election coming up this year. If you don't have a council member you don't like, go out and find you one. If you don't have nobody to run against him, go support him. Get somebody in there to do the job that you want to get done, because there's several of these council members, if you do call them, they won't call you back. I'm sure there's some other things I can talk about, but I just don't think the fairness of the employees of this city is being considered by anybody on this council. There's a few of you, yes, not calling any names. So just remember, council's coming up. And in 2 years, if you don't like the council, all of them's gonna be up to vote on, so y'all have a good vote.
Thank you, sir. Okay, is it Doug? Him? Him, okay. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. Thank you very much for having me this morning. My name is Doug Hennig. I'm with the C-SPAN television networks, and we are a national network that covers your government. We're kind of a fly on the wall. We put you in the room. But we are very excited to be here in Pasadena for the next couple of days. C-SPAN has a very cool vehicle known as the C-SPAN bus, and we travel all over the United States. It's a mobile production studio and a mobile classroom in conjunction with the local cable partner, Comcast, and also in conjunction with the city. Tish Eubanks, one of your colleagues in the back, requested that the C-SPAN bus visit area schools here in Pasadena. So the C-SPAN bus this afternoon will be at Pasadena High School and Jackson Intermediate School, visiting for 2-hour stops as we share our resources. And by resources, I mean over 240,000 hours of content that students can access to learn about government and civics. So it's a wonderful research tool, valuable educational tool that they can use not only in the classroom, but also as they get ready to vote and become citizens and growing up in the community. So we're excited to be in the community. We thank you for having us. And if you have the chance, come on out to one of the schools this afternoon and take a look at this $1.2 million mobile production studio. And for those who don't know, we are a private nonprofit network. We're funded, as I mentioned, by the cable industry, in this case Comcast in the community. And when we were looking about coming to Pasadena, we reached out to the city, and Tish Eubanks, your educational liaison, was really excited, knew about the bus, and invited us to these 2 schools. So that's why we're in town, and we want to let you guys know why we're in town. We thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Mr. George Taylor.
I would like to address or give a follow-up on an issue I brought to council last year. I applied for an application for a carport and was denied because I was this far too close to the property line. And it was explained to me that the city has an obligation to protect residents from improper construction. Now move over to Southmore Plaza. There's a utility easement between Cascade and Blue Ridge. These streets were designed in the early 50s for Ford and Chevy coupes, maybe an occasional Buick. You look over, here's a 300,000-pound piece of equipment and truck digging a hole big enough to put a city bus in for pipeline expansion, as close as from here to the back door. Then they use pile driving to shore up the hole. I go to my house, my doors are sticking, my slab is cracked, the windows won't open, the paneling is peeling, the floors are buckling. Then I find out I'm the lucky when one of my neighbors had just had his slab done and they came back and remeasured 1.5 inch movement in his slab. We call the pipeline, they send a guy out, hey, why don't we just give you $1,000 and just call us even? No, that's not going to work. Some of us get a lawyer. It rocks along through 2018. Then they have a mediation in November. And I'm old, I don't want to run this thing out. Hey, they owed me this much, give me this much, and it's over. Supposed to be paid in 10 days. That was in November. Haven't seen anything. Then I saw one of the neighbors who elected to sue because he had a young family in his home. He said the pipeline declared bankruptcy and nobody was getting anything. Now, I'm old. If a flying saucer zapped that house, it isn't my residence, I can move on. But when some of these young families that are struggling come to me and look at me and say, how can a project destroy my home and the city do nothing? And I tell them, you're going to have to ask somebody more important than me. I can't answer it.
Thank you, sir. Maria Duran.
Hello, good morning. I'm Maria Duran, a community volunteer, also a constituent of District G, and a member of the advisory board for the Baker Ripley Cleveland campus here in Pasadena. So I'm here to invite council, as well as members of the community to come out to our center. You know, we provide a lot of different opportunities for members of not only the city of Pasadena, but also the surrounding areas. Our main goal is workforce solutions, but we also have a lot of different classes for adults. We have youth programs, GED testing, and right now something that's very important for all of your constituents is tax centers. So we are able to prepare taxes for people that fall within a certain bracket. So I really want to encourage all of you to please invite everyone, your constituents, to come out and join us. But we also have a lot of very important events coming up. So this Saturday, we do have what's called Civic Saturday with County Judge Lina Hidalgo, and it's an opportunity for everybody to learn about what's going on, how county government works, but also to share your insights. And we also have a community engagement session for the expansion that's happening here in Pasadena. Our community center continues to grow, and there's a lot of exciting projects that are coming up. So we really want to encourage everybody to come out. We're located at 720 Fairmont Parkway, so it's really close to the intersection with Alameda Genoa, and it's a home for everybody. So really want to invite, and I will make sure that moving forward, all of you receive paper copies as well as electronic copies of everything that we have, so you can share it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brenda Pritchard.
Good morning. I wanted to, on behalf of the Neighborhood Network, to thank all the folks that came out to our grant workshop on January the 10th, and also wanted to send a reminder that we are accepting grant applications at this moment up through 4 p.m. on Monday, February 11th. So if anybody's interested, please reach out, 713-920-7130. We look forward to working with you and getting beautification projects out there. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Mr. Pennington, you'll do the award.
Mayor and council, as it was mentioned earlier, we had 3 service award recipients today, 3 awards to hand out. If Mr. Jones, Mr. Parker, and Molly have come to stand up. Our first service award is for Leslie Jones, or Dale as his friends know him. He is assigned to our fleet department, and he's being awarded a nice gold watch for 30 years of service today. So thank you very much. Next is Craig Parker. He's assigned to our water production department. He's being recognized for 35 years of service today. He is being, if I can get this up, I feel like being a white. He's being awarded this nice clock. Okay, it's got a custom clock, so here you go. And finally is Molly Payne. I've known Molly for about 30 years. She's probably one of the nicest people at the police department. We're very blessed to have her. So, like I said, she's assigned to our police department and the support bureau, and she's been recognized for 35 years. So she too gets a clock. So thank you, Molly. Your watch here. And that's all that we have. Sometimes to the employees, it may feel like 100 years of service, but they're all very good people, and we appreciate their service. And they're all going to get back to work, including myself. So,
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mayor Wagner, going to step away. We're going to move forward with the presentation of minutes. Motion. Motion Lehman, second Chambine. Presentation passes. Moving forward to progress payments. Any discussion? Motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Motion passes. Moving forward to finance resolution. We have a motion. Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mayor, I'd like to abstain in regards to Passamontague.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, sir, I appreciate that. So that was progress payments?
Right off of, personnel changes.
Now
We're on personnel changes. We just got done with finance resolution.
okay, thank you so much. Okay, personnel changes. A and C. Motion. Motion Lehman.
Second.
Second Villarreal. Any questions?
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'd like to say that I'm going to be voting against this. We have some suspensions here that I'm not, we really haven't been informed of enough on. One of them, in particular, Jose Chapa Jr., City Marshal's been here 15 years. We need to look into that. Apparently, it's been set to appeal, so we're looking forward to getting some information on that and finding out what happened with that. We also have Nabil Iqbal, individual. He's special needs person, is being terminated, and I'd like to find out why and go from there. It's in litigation right now, so we can't speak too much on that. That being said, I'm looking forward to it and hoping that we can get to the bottom of this and find out. So that being said, I'll be voting on no on all this.
Any other comments? Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to comment on these. On the notice of suspensions, there is a due process that is in place for a couple of these individuals, and we need to allow the due process to take place. It will come before council again, and we need to make sure that these individuals have the right to due process. So I'll be voting for this. It doesn't mean that I agree with it. It just means that I agree with the due process, and the process will send this back to council after the time where they go and have an opportunity to further communicate their side of the story in a more appropriate manner. And I'll be supporting this, but looking forward to the resolution when it comes back to council.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
We have 2 noes. Brings us down to mayor appointments. Motion. Excuse me one second. What's the question? You say something?
You said mayor report.
Okay,
This is a
appointment.
motion.
Okay, for the crime district appointment of Mark Thomason to the board member. We have a motion, was that?
Motion, yeah.
Second.
Second Wheeler. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Brings us down to our local health authority, reappointment of Dr. Turner.
Motion. Second.
We have a motion by Lehman, second by Harrison. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Brings us down to suspension board of appeals, appointment of Neil McGovern.
Motion.
Motion Caton, second Shanebine. Any questions?
Mayor,
Yes, sir?
I'd just like to make a statement about Mr. Neil McGovern. Successful businessman here in Pasadena, outstanding citizen, former head of teenage baseball. He worked with teenage baseball for years. I know back early in my career, I had a chance to work with him. Outstanding person. I wish you the most success. With that, I pass.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Madam Secretary, brings us down to final readings.
Yes. Ordinance 2019-1, annual maintenance agreement with Superior LLC for the One Solution software system, $190,700.48. Ordinance 2019-02, annual contracts with GT Distributors Inc. Group 1 and Central Police Supply Group 2 for the purchase of police duty gear, badges, and accessories.
So moved.
Motion Bass.
Second.
Second Castelos. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. First reading is Madam Secretary.
Ordinance 2019-3, amending the Code of Ordinances at Chapter 37 Water, Sewers, and Sewage Disposal by amending Section 3747 Sell of Water to industrial users at subsection V, base rates, and amending Ordinance 2018-108 Water Supply Agreement by amending the water rates as indicated on Exhibit A and establishing an effective date.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine.
Second.
Second Castelos. Any questions?
Mayor?
Yeah, go ahead,
I
sir.
just want to make this clear. This is for water rates in the industrial district. It's not water rates on citizens.
Thank you, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2019-4, approving payment for the Houston Area Library Automated Network Consortium fees for the Pasadena Public Library, $77,487.25.
Motion Lehman.
Second.
Second Castelos. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2019-5, contract with HR Green Inc. for the design of Crenshaw Water Plant Pump Improvements Project, SAPW 028, for a total appropriation $42,310 from the system SAP fund balance account.
Motion.
Motion Caton. Second Bass. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2019-6, contract with Arsenault Wilson & Co. LLC for design services for drainage mitigation project B7, South BDM B7, for a total appropriation $263,565 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine. Second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-7, contract with Bricks and Sparks Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation projects A2, C1, C7, and SW SAP numbers DMA2, DMA-C1, DMC7, DMSW for a total appropriation $2,512,481 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion.
Motion Lehman. Second Caton. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2019-8, contract with Dannenbaum Engineering Corporation for design services for drainage mitigation project A3, SAP DMA3, for a total appropriation $373,934.50 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine.
Second.
Second Bass. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2019-9, contract with Edminster, Henshaw, Russ and Associates, Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation project A5, SAP DMA5 for a total appropriation $328,555 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion. Motion Lehman. Second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-10, contract with Intech Civil Engineers Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation projects B1, B3, B4, CIP numbers DMB1, DMB3, DMB4 for a total appropriation $1,374,670.30 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program.
We have a motion by Harrison, second by Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-11, contract with HR Green Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation projects C3, C4, C5, C6, C1, CIP numbers DMC3, DMC4, DMC5, DMC6, and DMCL for a total appropriation $2,466,262.10 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion Villarreal, second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-12, contract with Kennel Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation project B5, CIP DMB5 for a total appropriation $613,643 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion Harrison, second Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Passes.
Ordinance number 2019-13, contract with KIT Professionals Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation project B2, CIP DMB2 for a total appropriation $355,776 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
So moved.
Motion Harrison, second Lehman. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-14, contract with J. Morales Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation project A7 CIP DMA7 for a total appropriation $343,805 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
So moved.
Motion Harrison, second Caton. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-15, contract with RPS Infrastructure Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation project B6, CIP DMB6 for a total appropriation $257,059 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion.
Motion Lehman, second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance number 2019-16, contract with S&B Infrastructure Limited for design services for drainage mitigation projects A6 and C2, CIP numbers DMA6 and DMC2 for a total appropriation $1,334,217.66 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
Motion Shanebine, second Bass. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-17, contract with Cirrus Engineers Inc. for design services for drainage mitigation projects A1, A4, and HHCIP numbers DMA1, DMA4, DMHH for a total appropriation $2,652,236.75 from the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program account.
So moved.
Motion Villarreal, second Harrison. Any questions?
Mayor,
Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to comment on this. We had a spreadsheet given to us from our city controller, and I want to go over the council districts that are receiving this money. It's A, B, C, D, and G so far to this point. And we're looking at a total of $15 million for flood mitigation from all of these resolutions. And it's going to make Pasadena safer. It's going to help with the mitigation of floodwaters. It's going to protect families' homes in the future. And this is a very wise use of this $15 million from FEMA.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor?
Go ahead, sir.
I just want to kind of echo the same things. FEMA and the federal government stepped in and given $15 million for this grant program, and kudos to the city for going out and getting these. This is a lot of work, a lot of much needed work that's going to be taking place in areas that were affected by flooding and has ongoing been affected by flooding. So I'm very happy to see this, and I'm glad to partner with the federal government, and good to see this federal dollars come down to Pasadena.
Go ahead, sir.
15,571,000. So 15.6 nearly is what we're getting. And a lot of these projects are going to historical side. I think it's really a win-win for Pasadena.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, this is going to be great for District 8. We've been needing this money for a long time. It's going to enhance the quality of life for our citizens in District 8.
Absolutely, sir. All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-18, agreement with Bill Gray for instructional services to provide karate classes.
Motion.
Motion Caton, second, was that Lehman? Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-19, dedicating a road easement from the city-owned property situated in the William Vance Survey, abstract number 78, Harris County, Texas, for the Pasadena Boulevard reconstruction project from State Highway 225 to Harris Avenue.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine, second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-20, amending the Code of Ordinances in Chapter 36, Traffic, Article 7, Stopping, Standing, and Parking, Section 36176.3, same offenses.
Motion Castellanos.
Second.
Second Harrison. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-21, annual contract with Dano Enterprises Inc. for purchase of paper refuge bags.
Motion.
Motion Lehman, second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2019-22, amending Ordinance 2018-156, annexing certain properties in the geographic boundaries of the city of Pasadena by deleting Exhibits D7, D8, D9, D10, D11, D12, and D13.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine.
Second.
Second Bath. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-23, contract with Horizon International Group for the construction of the new municipal court building for a total appropriation of $11,710,000 from the 2017 and 2018 Certificate of Obligation Fund Balance account.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine.
Second.
Second Bath. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance number 2019-24, annual contract with Firetron Inc. for fire extinguisher services.
Motion.
Motion Castellanos. Second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-25, amending the Code of Ordinances in Chapter 37, Water, Sewers, and Sewage Disposal, Article 7, Prohibition of Pollution of the Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System, MS4, by amending Section 37-225, Penalties, subsection A.
Motion.
Motion Castellanos. Second Lehman. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-26, annual maintenance contract for cities Avaya phone system and Audix answering system, $72,398.52.
Motion.
Motion Castellanos. Second Lehman. Any questions?
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
On this item before, we've had discussion on it, and I've actually voted against it, and, I'll be voting for it this time. However, we need to do something with our communication systems here at City Hall. We need to bring them up to date, and I think just going back and, doing service contracts or maintenance contracts, we need to look at updating our systems professionally and bringing electronics and communications to the 21st century. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All in favor? Any opposed? Passes.
Ordinance 2019-27, contract with CB Gear and Machine Inc. for tear down and repair of gearbox 6354 at Vince Bayou Wastewater Treatment Plant, $59,751.
Motion.
Motion Wheeler, second by Caton. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Madam Secretary brings us down to resolutions.
Yes, sir. Resolutions 2019-5, accepting a donation $900 from Dignity Memorial for the Multipurpose Center Camp for All program.
Motion.
Motion and Caton. Second Castellanos. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-6, accepting a donation $450 from Dignity Memorial for the Multipurpose Center Camp for All program.
Motion.
Motion Bass, second Lehman. Any questions?
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to respond to a comment made earlier in this council meeting. The folks that are donating these donations and services to our city, they do it because they love our city. They're not being put their arm behind their back or anything like that. They're doing it because they love our city, they love our citizens. They may be in a position to give back, they may not be in a position to give back, but this is their way to participate in our city growth and city families and to make our city better.
we could not function without donations from the community. And I want to thank all these citizens and all these businesses that do give donations of time, money, and effort. And thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Ordinance 2019-7, accepting donations valued at $6,397.96 from the Friends of Pasadena Public Library for staff and volunteer lunches during events, supplies and or related expenses for youth, adult, and outreach programs, Christmas tree for teen area, and 11 lounge chairs for adult area of the Central Library.
Motion. Motion Casados.
Second.
Second Harrison. Any questions?
Yes, Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to ditto what Thomas said. Thank you, sir.
You bet. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes.
Resolution 2019-8, accepting donations from various anonymous donors totaling $5,353.44 for the care of animals housed at the animal shelter.
Motion. Motion and Bass.
Second.
Second Harrison. Any questions?
Mayor.
Yes, sir.
You know, we have a wonderful pet adoption center, and there's some lovely puppies and dogs and cats over there that needs homes. So please visit the animal shelter and pick up a loved one, maybe an addition for your family, and go visit them. They're good people over there, good animals over there, and they're checked out, they're well maintained, and please help control animal population, as Bob Barker once said. Let's spade and neuter them. Okay? Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, I'd just like to thank all these people that donated to our animal shelter. And I'd like to say to the public, our animal shelter does a great job over there handling as many animals as they have to on a daily basis. And if you're able to, they're always in need of things like newspapers, blankets, food. So it doesn't have to be a big donation, but anytime you can help our animal shelter, please do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
May I say something?
Absolutely, you can, yes.
Yeah, I know everybody's talking about animals, right? We got a bunch of animal lovers up here, and that's fine. No, I did want to thank the director, Ken Donnell. He came out to the Deepwater Neighborhood Association meeting last month and gave a presentation and was very informative on some of the information that he gave us. One thing I think that they are looking towards and trying to do is changing some of the ordinances as far as how many pets you can have, whether it be two. You can right now it's 2 dogs and 2 cats, or you can't have 4 of the same, or whatever the case is. So I'm hoping that the city can look into that and get that changed to where people can have 4 dogs or 4 cats or however they want to do it, as long as they're fixed. I think that was the big thing, you know, and if we can do that to keep population down of the animals and help out with the overcrowding of the adoption center, that would be great. But if you guys can get out there, adopt somebody instead of breeding or buying animals, go out there and adopt them, because there's a lot of good animals out there that need a home. So that'll pass.
Thank you, sir. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Resolution number 2019-9, accepting donations of a plastic carrier, various medications, food and treats valued at approximately $354.24 from Susan Greer, and an ultrasound machine used to examine animals valued at approximately $3,000 from Dr. Arzu Chocolahali for care and examination of animals at the animal shelter.
Well done. Motion by Bass. Second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor?
Resolution 2019-10, accepting a donation of the use of rooms at Carmen Orozco Professional Development Center valued at $180 from the Pasadena Independent School District for the matching grant workshop.
Motion Wheeler, second Casados. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2019-11, accepting a donation of $5,000 from Chevron Phillips Chemical for the 2019 VIP sponsorship of Team Up to Clean Up.
Motion. Motion Leland, second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2019-12, approving the financial report of investment activities for the fiscal quarter ended December 31, 2018.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine. Second Caton. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Resolution 2019-13, accepting numerous donations totaling $16,484 from corporate and private sponsors for the Pasadena Police Department's Officer Santa program as follows: $2,900 from Intercontinental Terminals Company, LLC, 2000 from Chevron Phillips Chemical Company, LP, 1,500 from Gulf Coast Educators Federal Credit Union, 1,000 from Holiday Inn Express and Suites, $996 from Haldor Topsoil, Inc., 500 from Rooster Procurement Group, 500 Bright Delivery Service, 500 Pasadena Lions Club, 500 Houston Area Safety Council, 500 Texas Chiropractic College, 500 Native Employee Transportation, Inc., 300 Morris, Inc., 300 Bay Area Rentals, 251 Liberal Lodging Group, LLC, 250 Gene Green Congressional Campaign, 200 Bassett Meineke No. 1 LLC, 200 Larry Sunderset Enterprises, Inc., 150 GRM, Inc., 100 Pasadena Miss Lodge, 100 Dental Land LLC, 100 Pinnacle Industries Ltd., 100 Prosperity Bank, 100 John O'Harris Holdings LC, 100 Ken Phelps Insurance, 100 Sparky Corporation DBA National, 100 Houston Apartment Association, Inc., 100 Timeout No. 3 Sports Bar LLC, $50 DBA Oliveras Insurance, $50 Golden Acres Pet Inn, $50 Underwood Hearing Aid Services, $50 Clolia Air Conditioning and Heating Inc., $500 Beverly Hugh, $350 James R. Fall Sr., $250 Scott and Mandy Cady, $150 Jonathan M. Neese, $100 Sarah M. Lowe, DDSBA, $100 Connie Parks Elliott, $100 Paul R. Pencilla, $100 Kevin S. Richard, $100 George E. Dow, $50 Stephen R. Murphy, $50 Larry Wilson, $50 William and Jackie Welch, $25 Teresa Deach, $25 Carol J. Moore, $200 NB Interest Inc., and $187 anonymous cash.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Bass, any questions?
Mayor.
Bass made the motion and we seconded it.
Okay.
Mayor, our officers with Officer Santa did an absolutely fantastic job this year. They had Santa, they had Mrs. Claus, they had a organization that was second to none up at Target. They were helping these kids shop. Several council members showed up throughout the morning, and those kids, it was truly the spirit of Christmas. And our officers did a really great job with that. Gene Wheeler of the Citizens Police Academy and his wife was Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus, and our community relations department within the police department spearheaded that, and it was just absolutely a winter paradise for our kids. They enjoyed it.
Thanks, sir. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Resolution 2019-14, approving the payments of step grade pay to lateral entry police officers who are already certified and experienced in law enforcement in another jurisdiction and who are hired into the city's police department to be effective upon the date of passage of this resolution.
So moved.
So moved by Harrison, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2019-15, accepting an in-kind donation of paints and labor valued at $1,600 from Bocho's Painting for a team up to clean up.
Motion Lehman, second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2019-16, accepting an in-kind donation of materials and labor valued at $2,500 from Lasco Home Improvements for use by the Neighborhood Network in connection with Team Up to Clean Up.
Motion Casados, second Villarreal. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution 2019-17, appointing Roy Meese to the Board of the Port of Houston Authority for a 2-year term.
Motion.
Motion Caton.
Second.
Second Shanebine. Any questions?
Mayor?
Go ahead, sir.
Port of Houston, for those that don't know, it's the #1 exporter in the nation by weight, if I got that right. This is the #1 economic engine in Texas, and the city of Pasadena is really in a very advantageous position to be able to appoint someone that represents the city. I think that we should do everything we can to put the best person forward. I'm not going to be supporting this appointment because I think that 2 criteria. You have to have people that are uniquely qualified and make sure that there's nothing that disqualifies those individuals for that board appointment. This individual was a chairman for the redistricting committee that cost this city over $5.5 million that was found to discriminate against minorities.
Point of order, that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, please refer to the rules.
Okay. This individual is currently under criminal indictment by the district attorney's office.
Stop that.
No, I mean, it is, this individual is not qualified. There's many actions in his past that have disqualified him from here. We didn't have a discussion this as a council, and this is nothing more than a continuation and protection of the Good Old Boy Network, and I won't be supporting it.
Okay, sir.
Mayor,
Go ahead, sir.
we had every opportunity for the ones of us that were in pre-council, which included every single council member here. We had the opportunity to discuss it in pre-council. The mayor specifically asked, does anybody have anything or would like to talk about anything before we closed our meeting? I will tell you this, there is no one more qualified than Roy Meese to be on this board for the Port Commission. Our port for tonnage is #1 in the nation. It is the economic engine that drives not only Pasadena, but our state and nation, and provides security for all of us. Mr. Meese has been on the commission, and he's part of that growth. He's part of that body working with the other commissioners that have treated Pasadena well in the past. And he's going to ensure, I know this through confidence in his past, that he's going to look out for Pasadena's best interest and represent us within Harris County with the other commissioners. And I support Mr. Meese, and I'll be voting for his appointment.
Do you have any comments?
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'd just like to state, as a former council member and an attorney here in the Pasadena, Roy Meese brings a lot to the Port Authority. He's done an outstanding job for the appointment from the city of Pasadena. And with that, I pass, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments? Go ahead, sir.
Mayor. With some knowledge of how this Port Commission became law, I was on the council with Clyde Fitzgerald, the Union Hall on Shaw Street, my brother and his old beat-up bus. We all got in it and we went and lobbied Austin. And the Harris County Mayors and Council Association, they had a resolution passed that they were the only ones gonna get it. But no, we've been fighting for it for 20 years. We had to let them know that Pasadena's gonna get one, and also we support small cities one. So therefore, we went to Austin, lobbied twice. I walked up and down the stairs, and if it wasn't been my brother knowledge, friends with the Speaker of the House, Jeb Lewis, get it out of County Committee, this bill would have never passed. But it gave Pasadena and the small cities the equal representation that we should get, because we are the largest city on the ship channel, and we really needed the Port Commission. City of Houston fought it. We had to fight for it. But we've got a Port Commissioner that's history that will last forever, and so therefore I will vote accordingly. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
I'd just like to say I concur with Councilman Harrison and Shannon.
Absolutely.
And I'll be voting to support this.
Okay.
Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Everybody else has talked, so I'll speak a few words. I've known Mr. Meese for some time, probably 45, 50 years. He's a man of character. He does a good job, and he looks out for the city of Pasadena. That'll pass.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be supporting this either. We had somebody talk about past records. Speaking of the man's record, he's made millions off the taxpayers of Pasadena with the delinquent tax contract that he had.
Point of order, Mayor.
And you're right.
Everybody's got to say why they approve of him. I wanna say why I disapprove of him.
But let's.
You're letting everybody else speak on that. You're not letting me.
It goes along with exactly what the rules apply.
He's violated open meeting laws.
You cannot.
And he's also.
Excuse me, sir. You cannot blast somebody from up here. You can't do it. It's against the rules. Everybody, what they were saying was why they're voting for it. You can say you're against it, but you don't go down the road that you're going down. It's not right.
Well, I don't
It's
support it.
defaming somebody.
The man
Absolutely.
Is that, like I said, he's not a man, in my opinion, that represents the city well. He's taken advantage of the city for over 30 years, and he does not deserve this appointment. I will not support it.
Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
We have 2 noes. Wentz Wheeler and, say those?
No.
And Villarreal. It passes. Well, thank everybody for coming out to our city meeting this morning. lots of good things are going on. As you can see, all the stuff we're going on, designing 25 miles of new streets, and new drainage. It's really historic here in Pasadena. We're very excited about that. With that, God bless. Have a good one.